Welcome to the United Racing Network. My name is Andrew Spears, and alongside me in the booth tonight is Rob McDonald. Rob, how are you tonight, buddy?
I'm not doing too bad. How about yourself?
I'm doing pretty good. We're here in Daytona, International, Florida for the GT3 series, and we are excited to be here. We we were in Kansas last night for that for the NASCAR Next Gen race, and that was fun. And now we're here in Daytona. So we're not here in the normal Daytona fashion, though. We're here for the GT3 series, which is sponsored by JP Alfonso Studios. So,
yeah, and then later tonight it won't be broadcast, but you got your fire suit on from the waist down, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. I got my polo up top and my fire suit at the bottom. So, definitely. I'm excited for the race after this because I got my Xfinity hauler down there. The boys let me bring it in this time. And so I'm going to run down there after this and get ready for the Xfinity Daytona race.
Yeah.
So.
Should be fun.
Yep, for sure. Now, going to the booth here, I am excited to tell you that we are about a minute off of the fastest record here at Daytona.
A minute off or a second off?
About a second off. What did I say? A minute?
Okay. A minute.
Yeah, about a second off. The current GT3 record, actually, I take that back. I thought it was 143. It's been broke.
Oh.
So Marcos Gomez, sorry, buddy. Eddie Baker just beat you. Yeah, I'm excited tonight because we have a few familiar faces out there. Nelly's out there. Ben's out there. Eddie Baker's on the track tonight. So is David Tamara, who actually, unfortunately, had a bad incident happen on Tuesday night during the Eurasia Series. He actually ran out of fuel on the final corner of the final lap. And so he's looking to come back from that for sure. But Charles Harris is here. Mike Ware's here. Drew Warren, Mike Killenbeck, Spencer Brown, Brian Mansfield's here. Christopher Morrison's here. The only new guy I see on the field right now is Josh Steele. He's the only one I see that's from the newcomers. And so hopefully we'll have some more guys show up.
Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully. I mean, we had, 20-some cars for the Pan America Series? So
yeah, I mean, we had a lot. So, we're up to 13 now. So we got almost everybody here. So now,
it'll be a fun night for sure.
Yeah, we're going to be racing other lots here at Daytona. We're going to be doing 40 minutes of total racing tonight. May go over a little bit depending on where they are on track, but it's going to be 40 minutes total. We have 10 minutes of qualifying before that, so that'll start 10 minutes before the top of the hour. And our practice will end shortly before that. They'll have a driver's meeting, and then they'll go into qualifying. So, yeah. So I keep looking at this track, and it keeps reminding me of my time in Rockville that I went to IRL. I keep seeing where I was standing on the infield. I'll tell you what, to be on this infield in real life is something you have to do one time. It is a spectacle for sure.
Well, who knows? Maybe I'll be able to make it down there one time.
Yeah, definitely down here for a race at least.
For sure, that and Talladega.
Hey, I told you we'd get you to a Talladega race.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, we saw the track while we were driving down the road, and I'm just like, yeah, I got to see a race there.
Yep. So, yeah, I'm just excited to be back in Daytona. I actually proposed to my wife on Daytona Beach. So,
well, there you go.
About 10 minutes from where we sit right now.
So, I mean, you got some pretty fond memories of this place, huh?
Yeah, Daytona's a very, very awesome place. They got good food, good people. You ever find yourself down in the Ponce Inlet, which is off of Daytona Beach, make sure you eat it off the hooks. They're not a sponsor of ours. I just love their food.
Fair enough.
Their food is absolutely amazing. So right now we're riding along with Mike Ware. Mike Ware is currently sitting third. He just moved into third with a 145.19. And he is following, let's see who that is on track. Following Brian Mansfield there in the Stevie Wonder driving school car.
I love seeing that. Yeah, he is. I love seeing that car on the track. Racing the recruitment races, he ran that skin, and I I don't know how many times, he either went off track a little bit, and he's like, "Well, I mean, do you blame me? I mean, look who I learned from."
That's
I'm like,
right.
fair.
My Lord. Mr. Eddie Baker himself, he was my pick to win the NASCAR race last night, but he had some unfortunate circumstances. He's currently holding the fastest lap of the night and the record right now for the GT3 series. He's holding 144.24.
Wow.
Yeah, he's fast for sure.
He changed it up this season. He's not racing that black and red Red Bull car.
No, and I really like that car, but it's still I mean, it had some type of design on the side of it.
Yeah. Eddie, just sit still for a minute there. We need to see what's on your
looking,
car.
Man, I don't know what. Get that drone camera over the top of him there. What is that? The Flying Lizard.
The Flying Lizard. All right.
The Flying Lizard. I tell you what, these guys come up with some crazy names for their skins, and man, I don't even know. So let's showcase somebody tonight. Josh Steele. This is his debut race, I believe. I don't think he was in the GT3 Eurasia Series. And he is a newcomer to the series. He's driving the number 76 Pennzoil car. Hopefully, there's some good oil in that tonight.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, should be anyways. Pretty sure they're all full of Pennzoil motor oil. But.
Maybe. Maybe. So, Rob, are we gonna have caution flags tonight?
No, we're not going to have caution flags tonight. So, because it's an IMSA race, or IMSA style race, we will not have full course cautions. We will only have localized cautions. So, if a car spins out in a corner, they wave the yellow flag, just let everybody know, hey, somebody's off, or yeah. So that's about it. But actually, now that I'm talking about flags, okay, I found something the other day and I sent it to our group chat, and it's just hilarious not to share. So I'm just gonna pull that up here for us.
Oh my God.
And
are you talking about the center too hard there, bud? Flags.
Yeah. So
okay.
It's flags that you should know the meaning of. So a green flag is send it. The yellow flag is someone sent it too hard. The white flag is this is your last chance to send it. The black flag is you sent it too hard and now the stewards are mad. Red flag is someone sent it so hard that the race has to stop. The blue flag with the yellow diagonal means someone else is sending it harder than you are. And then the checkered flag is don't send it anymore.
I'm going to start the race with let's just send it, bud. How about actually, I'm going to let you take it because you got a pretty good Canadian accent.
All right, that's fair.
I'm going to let you.
Well,
I want you to do the whole bud thing and everything.
I don't know. I think I might have lost it a little bit.
I don't know. You was only in the South for a week, so.
That's more than enough time.
I don't know. I don't know. So these guys are going around the track pretty quick tonight. The slowest guy on track right now is Christopher Morrison. He's running a 1:48.15. But I want to take a minute and talk about Ben Martin. Ben Martin is currently holding that 6th position, and he was having some troubles, and we kind of coached him through these corners. He was having some troubles on the turns, so I think it's 5 and 6, and he was having troubles in the chicane there, and I think we pretty much got him squared away. And he's currently the top 10 on the fastest times.
That's true, and I mean he's been out of racing for a little bit. I think it was 5 years. It's only a little bit of time.
Yeah.
But for him to come in here, we did see him in 2 or 3 GT3 races last year. He's in some of the races this season that are not broadcast, and he actually does fairly well. And for him to come out here, with all these guys and put out the times he's putting out and sitting where he's sitting, I mean, he's doing fairly well for himself.
It's very commendable. Very, very commendable.
what are we looking at for track information here tonight?
So as far as track information tonight, we are currently holding a air temperature of 69 degrees. This is not right. This is not right at all. This is Florida. This is like, this ain't right. But
It's nighttime.
Okay, that humidity's up there, so that makes sense. It's 69 degrees for the air temperature. The humidity is 73%. There's a lot of moisture in the air. A lot of moisture is going to be in this track. So it could either create some grip or it may not create any grip. And the track temperature is only 72 degrees tonight.
Oh, wow.
So these guys are going to have a few extra laps to get their tires warmed up to their optimal racing temperatures for the tires. So it's definitely going to be something to look into tonight. Maybe we may see a few spins early, and then once their tires get worn out closer to that 40-minute mark, we could see some other things happening. We just had another newcomer come in, Mr. Corey Burke. I don't remember seeing him on track last season.
No.
And he's driving the Nuka-Cola. Yes! Yes! Fallout. Yes! I got excited because my next-gen car is a Fallout car. Hey, I'm going for him tonight, Rob.
Alrighty, fair enough.
Sorry, Corey, you just had the curse of the United Racing Network casted upon you. That's awesome. I like that car. That's a very cool car.
So we got about 4 minutes left to practice here tonight. So you say you're going to choose Corey Burke.
Yeah. I think so. I mean, looking at his iRating, he's got an iRating of 2339. He's got a license of an A class with a 2.45 safety rating. It's not terrible considering what the other people are actually running. Actually, he's the highest one on safety rating, or not safety rating, but iRating tonight. And if you don't know what iRating is, folks, if you're turning in for the first time or you're just not really familiar with how iRacing does things, iRating is how well you race in groups. That also helps with your position. So if you win the races or you're doing well in qualifying, your iRating will boost up. So, and also obviously staying off of people while you're racing too. But
all right. Well, I'm gonna go with Sean Crooks tonight. You know, he's another Canadian boy. I mean, so is Corey Burke. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Sean Crooks tonight. He had a little bit of issues last week, but he still did fairly well. So he's going to be my choice tonight. And with that, before practice ends, we're just going to have a quick word from our sponsors.
all right. Well, thanks to the sponsors that sponsor the United Racing Network and the sponsors for the series tonight. We do appreciate their support as Mr. Stevie Wonder himself drifts around turn number 4 and 5. We do appreciate our sponsors and everything that they allow us to do, and without them, we wouldn't be here. So
exactly. And we're just letting these guys get a little bit more warmed up there. We got about a minute left of practice, and then we're going to jump right into qualifying now. When we go qualifying, it may look like they're all on the track at one time, but they're not. They're all in separate qualifying sessions, but it's just easier for us to see them all at once and jump through them to show you guys at home.
Well, and can you imagine what it would be like if they did like open qualifying with everybody on track? They'd be racing each other like crazy.
It'd be hell.
So let them go into their own little session for 10 minutes and knock out 2 laps is really, really easy to get these guys through qualifying, and it allow them to see where they can sit on their times. So.
Yeah, that's true. Let's see if we see some of the times that we're seeing in practice in qualifying. I know normally, practice times they're quick, but qualifying times are usually 3, 4, 5 tenths back from what their practice times were.
Yep.
At least in my experience, anyways.
Yeah, and the reason I'm thinking that's the reason. That is the reason is because they don't have enough time to get their tires at the temp. Like I said, our temperatures tonight are really, really poor, in my opinion. These tires the optimal racing temperatures, the track, for their tires to get built up in a pretty safe amount of time, it needs to be between 90 and 100 degrees. If you're talking about optimal, 95 to 100, but I mean, that's giving it some thought there. And these guys just don't have that tonight. So
No, because, with the temperatures being the way they are and the way these cars space out, we're probably looking at maybe 4 or 5 laps before, they have the proper heat in the tires and the heat in the brakes that, they're able to get around this track as fast as they can.
Yep, for sure. And we're going to ride alongside the Mr. Blind Man himself, Mr. Brian Mansfield. He's going on his outlap, and when he gets around to the start-finish line, he has our onboard camera tonight, which is sponsored by JP Alfonso Studios. So appreciate JP for allowing us to put the camera in his car tonight. We're going to see how he does and how he takes a lap at Daytona International Road Course.
Alrighty, sounds good.
Looks like a lot of the other guys are already on track. Ben Martin's on track now. Josh Still's on track. He's driving that beautiful Ferrari. David Tamara's on track. Mike Killenbeck's on track. What's your manufacturer pick tonight, Rob?
I'm a Porsche guy, so I got to go with Porsche.
Okay.
It's just the way it has to be.
I agree.
How about you? I know you're already going to pick the Mercedes.
No, I'm not. Stop.
Well, what are you going to pick?
Porsche.
Mercedes.
Corey Burke is driving a Porsche.
Okay. Every other week it's Mercedes.
Because I like driving the Mercedes. I see myself driving a Mercedes one day. It's just, you can't, look, it's just, hey, if you drive a Mercedes, you're just like an extra higher class citizen. You know what? Let's ride along with Brian Mansfield here. And that right there is what we're talking about them tires. His lap time may not count. Maybe it will. I'm not sure where their off-track limit is there on that turn.
I don't see him going off track, and I don't see an incident point, so.
Okay, good. If they don't have an incident point, then he should be good.
Yeah. The only person that has gone off track that it's counted is Mike Weir, so currently.
Yeah, and let's talk about these driving lines that these guys are running tonight. So we've been watching practice since they started about 70 minutes ago, and Brian Mansfield seems to be hugging the bottom line right here through the through turns. What on the Daytona International Speedway would be 1 and 2, but here it's I think it's 8 and 9. So on turns 8 and 9 back there, these guys are going to run 2 separate lines, and it's because their cars handle better either on the low line or on the high line. Mm-hmm. And in these Ferraris, I see most of the Ferraris running the bottom line, most of the Porsches running that high line. So,
well, I don't know. It's hard to say because I mean we did see some Porsches running that bottom line as well. So it may just be, in order of preference.
Very well could be.
I know, a lot of the stock car guys, they may run it down low because that's normally where they're running it. They're running it with that left tire on that line. So,
yep, our guy Ben Martin just ran a 146.86. Mike Killenbeck ran a 146.64, and David Tamara ran a 145.42.
Wow. Right now, Ben is sitting third in qualifying.
Yep, and our practice world record holder, Eddie Baker, he's not even qualified yet. I mean, maybe he'll have a lap right here. We have 10 minutes, and their laps are taking almost 2 minutes to complete. So let's see where he qualifies at as he crosses the start finish line. Oh, I don't know what lap he's on.
Well, he does have an off track, so that lap may not have counted.
Yep.
Now, Corey Burke is sitting in third.
That's my man. Look, if he don't get cursed by the United Racing Network curse, then I may be on a new streak here.
And tough break for Christopher Morrison. It looks like he's got 2 off tracks.
Yeah, we'll go back and take a look at his off track that happened. Yep, he's just driving that number.
You just sent her a little too hard there, bud.
He's driving that 983 tender car. If you're looking there for a hookup or a date or just a friend to talk to, go check out Tinder. I've heard it's a good thing. Maybe, I don't know. Rob, what's your thoughts on that?
No comment on that.
Jesus Christ. You didn't think I was going. You didn't think I was going there with that, did you?
That's some self-incriminating stuff there.
Oh man, I need to get. I thought we were live. Hang on. I thought we were live. I'll be crying. Oh man. All right, and this season I am excited to announce that we are keeping track of the points season this time around.
Yes.
Rob is doing his due diligence with that after each race. We appreciate Rob for that, and we are going to try to combine the points like they're going to do between both the Eurasia and the America GT3 series. But each session, so Eurasia and America, is also going to have a winner. So there's going to be a world champion, and then there's going to be like a regional champion. Yeah. So, maybe David tomorrow or Eddie Baker did take over 144.63.
Okay.
Yep. But maybe David tomorrow could be the world champion.
It could be. Or it could be Eddie Baker. Who knows?
Could be Mike Weir.
Could be.
Definitely going to be Corey Burke, though. I'm excited for Corey's race tonight.
Or it could even be Ben Martin.
I don't know about that. I was watching his practice laps.
Come on.
I like Ben, okay? I just think he's a little greasy. I think a little. He needs some oil on the hinges there. If you get my drift. Next season, Ben.
He's
I got
rusty, not greasy. Wow.
He's a greasy old man. We're gonna get demonetized, sued. Ben, I'm sorry.
I'm sure he's listening. He's got a phone in his car, 100%.
Well, my thought process is that he just heard me call him greasy and thought about KFC chicken.
The only food you can eat and drink at the same time.
Amen, brother. Amen. Christopher Morrison's trying to get a lap completed here, but I don't think he's had 3 off tracks, so he may be one of the unfortunate ones to start in the back. I did get word that Nelly will not be starting this race. Apparently, something happened with his brakes on his rig, and he just doesn't have enough time to get them fixed tonight. So,
which is unfortunate because it's always great to see him out on the racetrack. So
yeah, and he's not really raced in a league race, or he's not raced in a league in a while. So he's just got some. Hold on.
Dude. Okay, he's just taking it to the oval.
He's just trying to get that thing warmed up for the race.
Yeah.
But Nelly, this is his first league. It may not be his first league, but this is the first time he's raced in a league in a long time, and he's not really been consistent with racing. So now that he's back into it, he's got to get everything squared away. So next week, this is his off week. He'll have a drop race in all these races, and he'll be back strong next week. I do want to congratulate him, though. I mean, he had a heck of a run on Tuesday night.
Yeah.
That race was his for sure.
Yeah, but, unfortunately racing happens, and, yeah.
Yep. Well, as we wrap up qualifying here, we have about 30 seconds left of this. These guys have already been instructed by the stewards on the rules, what the do's, what the don'ts are, how to take their corners if they're overtaken, all that good, fun jazz stuff. We should see some good, clean racing here tonight. And I do want to mention that all the flags, all the yellow flags, if there are any, I don't think there are ever going to be any. But all the sector yellows, all of the black flags, blue flags, meatball flags, all those flags are issued by iRacing tonight. The iRacing admin AI control. So there is nothing on here tonight that is going to be race admin by a real person. So that's also going to be interesting to see. As these guys get ready to take the field, it looks like they're going to be starting on the back stretch with the pace car, that Porsche pace car, sponsored by iRacing themselves. They'll go through the chicane. They'll have the high banks of what we know it as turns 3 and 4. And to get their tires warmed up, that pace car is going to zip off, and Rob's going to send us to green.
All righty.
You ready to go green?
I'm ready. I've been ready all night.
Yeah, I've been ready for
I'm getting a little warm, though. I mean, this fire suit isn't really breathable. So.
Yeah. I will say, me and Rob was pushing some laps down here with some other cars for practicing for the race this evening after this race, which is not going to be broadcasted, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And I like the Toyota Supra.
All right.
I really like that car. So.
I'll give it to you, but I'm still a Chevy man.
I mean, hey, don't get me wrong. I like Chevy too, but.
All right.
Let's go through the grid.
All righty.
So in first place, we have Mr. Eddie Baker. In second, Mike Weir. Third, David Tamara. Fourth, Charles Harris. Fifth is going to be my man, Corey Burke. Sixth is Sean Crooks. Seventh is Drew J. Warren. Mike Killenbeck is starting in that 8th position. Ben Martin starting 9th. And 10th is Josh Steele.
11th is Brian Mansfield. 12th is Spencer Brown. And rounding out the rest of the field is going to be Christopher Morrison in the 13th position, with Nelly not racing tonight. So he technically holds the 14th spot.
So he may get points for that.
He might.
They say consistency is key, so maybe if he just does that, kind of hops in, let the race start, and then leave, he can fucking, Jesus Christ. He can win this championship. Let's see, maybe. Hope not, but.
You're going to make me choke on my drink here.
I'm sorry. Sorry, kids. I didn't mean to say the word. As we go green, Rob, take us green.
All right, and we're going to have Eddie Baker bring us down to the line. Now this start's going to be on the green flag, and here we go racing for 40 minutes here at Daytona International Speedway.
Oh, they're sending it, bud?
They're sending it, bud.
There you go. As Eddie Baker takes him through the first turn, makes it pretty simple through that turn here. Everybody gets through unscathed. That's a pretty good job there. Looks like Eddie Baker's at the back. No, Eddie Baker's up front. My time screen swapped on me. But, yeah, Eddie Baker is going to lead him down into the next few turns, and looks like Mike Weir is on his tail.
Yeah, I mean, Mike Weir is always a force to be reckoned with on the racetrack, and, with him starting in that second position, he's going to be putting pressure on the guy in front of him to just try and force him to make a mistake, and then he's going to capitalize on it. We've seen it many, many, many times before. So it'll be something to watch here tonight.
Yep, and these guys are going to get through that final corner, or the final corner of the infield. Oh, I say that, and the number 983 of Christopher Morrison goes around as he exits the infield.
It looks like he's been having trouble all night. I don't know if he raced this car last week.
I don't know. I'm not sure, but it looks like Mike Weir did make the pass on Eddie Baker through that chicane there. Let's go back and take a look at it.
He's just got that inside line, and
He closed the door.
yeah.
Good job to Mike Weir. Mike Weir is now sitting about a half a second ahead of Eddie Baker, and David Tomorrow is right on the tail of Eddie Baker. Actually, right there on the side of him as they enter the first corner, and Eddie Baker takes it wide. Eddie Baker takes that corner wide, and he falls back to third.
Yeah, and he's got Charles Harris right there on his tail as well.
Yep, and these guys that started up front, they're strong contenders. Eddie Baker's
Ooh.
tires and brakes are wore out right now.
Either they're wore out or they don't have enough grip in them. He may not have warmed them up properly, and he might just be having issues with his car tonight.
We're going to go right along with Brian Mansfield. He is inside a little bit of a pack here, and he is the holder of our in-car cam tonight. And these guys are doing real good, giving each other space for these corners. Looks like Mansfield's fighting that car a little bit.
Yeah, he got a little loose there. See him trying to catch up with Spencer Brown, Spencer Brown, Mike Killenbeck, and Ben Martin there.
Ben Martin's right there fixing to enter the chicane, and let's see if my teaching paid off here. Oh, his 95 goes back. Spencer Brown grabs that wall. He has a lot of damage now on that car.
That was a hard hit.
Yeah, it was. Let's go back and take a look at it. He just gets loose there and grabs those tires.
He caught the sausages and just sent it.
Did you just call them sausages?
Yeah, they're called sausages.
They're called They're called rumble strips.
They're sausage curbs. Look it up.
I'm good. If I look up sausage curbs, I'm sure I'm going to a porn site. I'm going to a porn site for sure.
David Tomorrow's actually closed the gap there. He's only about half a second back from Mike Weir now.
Yeah, and it's like his cornering's a little bit different than Mike Weir, and that's causing David Tomorrow to get that edge. But we got to hope he doesn't have the same fuel strategy as Tuesday night, because if he does, he's not even going to finish the race.
Sure, he yelled many times at his crew chief. Maybe even hired a new one just for tonight's race. Just be like, no, I can't be running out of fuel. All right, I need to finish this race strong.
Yeah, for sure. And my man Corey Burke's currently holding that 5th position. And these guys on fuel tonight, Rob, talk about the fuel strategies that they got. What's the fuel window on time on the time frame tonight?
So we're running 60% fuel loads in these cars. So we're probably going to see around minute 27, 28, roughly 30 before these guys come in. So approximately about 15 laps.
So you're telling me under the 10-minute mark we may see some people come into pit?
I do believe so, yeah.
So that means the last 10 minutes is something you're going to have to watch out for tonight, because it's going to get spicy.
It is, and these guys do not take tires, because if you take tires in these races, you're in the pit for about a minute and a half.
Yeah, and the rule behind that is fueling has to be complete before tires can be put on.
Yeah.
And fueling these cars, they do not have the injection system as F1 or Indy or NASCAR has. They just have a simple, hey, let's fill her up, bud.
Now, normally F1 cars don't refuel, though.
I didn't know that. I thought they refueled.
Yeah, no, they normally do not refuel. They have enough fuel in those tanks to last a race.
That is actually really neat. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Those are the V6 cars, right?
Yeah, they've moved to a V6, or actually it might be a 4-cylinder.
And they're going that fast. That blows me away.
Yeah. Actually, let me just do some fact checking, because I know they did change them.
Yep. And as he does that, I'm going to talk about the leaderboard right now. Mike Weir currently holding that front position, but there was a lead change or position change between Eddie Baker and David Tamara. There's a three-way battle for that first position.
Oh.
Tamara's around, Eddie's around. And that's going to give Burke and Harris a chance to move ahead. We'll go back and look at that, guys, because that was a wreck.
Oh, and Ben actually hit the wall there as well.
My Lord. That chicane is getting a lot of people tonight. As these two entered the corner here, they grabbed each other. David Tamara goes around, and Eddie Baker slams into the tire barrier there, hopefully not damaging his car near as much as David Tamara did. David Tamara may pit now. And we're going to go back and take a look at Ben Martin. Ben Martin went off track right after that wreck. Looks like he grabbed those sausage fingers or whatever you call them.
Sausage curbs. All right, so yeah, sorry, I was mistaken. The Formula One engines use a 1.6 liter 4-stroke turbocharged V6. I've never heard of a 1.6 liter V6.
My truck's a 3.5 liter with twin turbo. I mean,
my car is a 2 liter 4-cylinder.
All right, well, that definitely shook up some things in the position, so we're going to go through it again here. Mike Weir currently holds that front spot. Charles Harris is in second. Corey Burke's in third. Sean Crooks is in fourth. Drew J. Warren's in fifth. Mike Hillenbeck's in sixth. Josh Steele's in seventh. Brian Mansfield, he's driving the Stevie Wonder car, somehow has found his way to eighth. Christopher Morrison is in ninth. David Tamara, Eddie Baker, Ben Martin, and Spencer Brown currently set 10, 11, 12, 13 in that order. And we still got some people sitting on. Actually, no, they're out of pit road now. They do get a quick repair. So talk to us about the quick repair, Rob. What is the quick repair for iRacing?
So a quick repair, essentially what it is it's a brand new car. It's like you're plucked out of your one and put back into another one. Brand new, everything ready to go. So you get any aero damage, body damage, your toes out of line, anything like that, it'll all be fixed, and it'll be like you're racing a brand new car.
Okay, cool. And with that, does it replace tires and fuel too, or do they have to actually put that in separately?
No, they would have to put that in separately.
Nice. So it is good that Happy Hour does give them the option of a quick repair, just because iRacing can have some things that happen. And you can also have technology that just fails on you. And so you're able to get that quick repair and get stuff back and get back out racing. But with Eddie Baker and David Tamara getting those quick repairs, is it going to be enough for them to make it back up into the front positions? They've already pitted. They may not have to pit again, and we're at the 10-minute mark. So if they took fuel, they may be fine.
They might be fine. And, with all the other guys that have to pit, they may be in a good position, depending on where they are on track when the leaders come into pit.
Yep. So as these guys enter the 10-minute mark, we're a quarter of the way through this race, and this is for we have a points battle because it's easier to finish first in a race and maintain that than finish last and have to make the moves to get to that front position in points. So right now, Mike Weir's sitting in a good spot. Did you know about the LED lighting on these cars, on the inside of the cars?
Which one? Oh, the mood lighting, so to say.
Kind of, sort of, the Mike Weir's driving that blue line, or the blue line on the side of the car. It looked like Charles Harris is using the same thing back there.
Oh wow, I did not know that.
So you can actually change that in the settings under your garage, and you can put different colors and stuff.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm gonna have to start doing that.
Yep. It's a cool little fact about it.
I did not know that was a thing.
I didn't either until I said LED lighting. What? Turned it on and my entire interior lit up blue.
Oh, well, there you go. You learn something new every day.
Yep, Ben Martin's rocking the blue as well. And we'll see if we can talk to him afterwards and see how he performed potentially, depending on where he finishes. He's currently holding that 12th position. He was running good up until that incident on the chicane.
Yeah, he was, and it actually looked like he's heeding your advice and running along that we kind of coached him on, pre-race.
Yeah.
So
who knows? Maybe I can go teach Dylan Hart Jr. how to race something.
I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah. So it looks like Corey Burke is going to be on the back end of Charles Harris there. Is that Charles Harris?
Yeah, that's Charles Harris.
Yeah, we have a position battle right now between the two.
Now don't count out Sean Crooks either, because he's right there, not far behind.
Yeah, Crooks is back there. He's about 3 seconds back, but 3 seconds has been made up in 2 or 3 turns here.
Especially with the way these guys are pushing. I mean, we saw it between David Tamara and Eddie Baker. They just sent it a little too hard and got into each other. So
yeah, they threw out that sent it a little too hard there, but flag and that's gonna be a meme of the channel now.
Oh, it's going to be 110%. We'll have to cut it down and we'll put it into a frame so that we can pop it up and show it when I go through the flags.
Yeah, for sure. And we're going to see what type of position gain that Burke can get over Harris here, because this is where the pass was made for the first position between Mike Ware and Eddie Baker.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like there wasn't very much of a lead change or a gain change there.
No, not quite. But you see Corey Burke, in behind him, picking up the draft a little bit as he comes to the outside of him.
Side by side.
At the line, it would be Corey Burke.
It is Corey Burke, but the problem is these corners are coming up, and Corey's going to have it. Corey's going to have that move there. He was actually in a good position to apex that corner, staying there on the outside. And now Corey Burke's,
a lot of these corners, if you come out wide, you cut the apex and you're good. If there's a guy on your inside, you kind of force him to slow down a lot more, so you're able to pass him.
Well, and two, these guys are thinking, Corey Burke's not thinking about this corner here. He's thinking about the chicane right now. And that's how many corners you have to think ahead, especially when you're in a position battle. Where do I need to be to pass this guy in 7 corners? And that's when you start planning your passes. Because in the IMSA series, if somebody is on your like, let's say Charles Harris was on his left rear and they go to enter a corner, Charles Harris could try to make the pass and stay in that position, but if he spins Corey Burke, he actually gets a penalty in the IMSA series because it was intentional. He's supposed to tuck behind and make a safe pass, and that would be considered an unsafe pass. And that pass that actually Burke made was a very, very good pass.
It was very, very clean.
Looking back to the field here, do you see any other position battles popping up?
No, the only one really is that they're close is David Tamara and Eddie Baker back in 9th and 10th.
Yep, and that's going to be a position battle. There's not a lap down, and both of them went into the pit. So depending on whether they took fuel and their quick repair and left, or they just took their quick repair, it's going to be a deciding factor whether these two are going to be back up at the big end of back up in the front at the end of the race.
As you see Eddie Baker cutting that corner just a tiny bit.
Yeah, but he's not slowing down any, so I don't think the official said anything to him yet.
Now the thing, so here's my thoughts. So if I were Eddie Baker or David Tamara and I am forced to pit early, even though it's the 10-minute mark, I'm putting fuel in.
Yeah, I think so too. But I'm going to hold your thought there because we got a three-way battle here for that front position. Or not, I say front position. Hang on, I just lost it. Right there. There's a three-way battle right there between Warren. Looks like that's going to be Warren Killenbeck. Is that Brown? Okay, so just a two-way battle between Mike Killenbeck and Drew Warren. While we're thinking about it, let's see if we can pull out the fuel strategy here, the pit strategy for. Let me see if I can pull it up here. There we go. So yeah, 9 seconds and 10 seconds. A quick repair. They've been in and out. They got fuel.
Yeah,
they definitely got some fuel there to help them through the race, and so they may not have to pit again. I really hope that tomorrow don't run out of fuel.
It'll be close, but I mean, it's hard to say. Like 25 minutes, so they went in at 10. It'll be close.
Yeah, and they could be just sitting in the back right now, just saving tires and saving fuel. Tires isn't usually an issue for these guys in these IMSA races, but fuel definitely is, as we've seen last week with David. So, they may be clutching a little early, pushing their corners back a little early. Looks like we got somebody coming out of pit road right now, off track, letting everybody go by.
It's Christopher Morris in there.
Yeah, he's going to let everybody go on by. See, look right there. Blue and yellow on his car.
Yeah.
You could change those. Thought that's pretty neat.
So yeah, now the thing with these cars is, if you overcook your tires, all you have to do is kind of back your corners off for a lap, or back your corners up for a lap, and normally they're ready to go again. It's a lot easier with these cars because you don't experience the drop off as much like you do in a next gen car or an Indy car.
Yeah, you are right there. These corners are not really. All the tires are getting used about the same, whereas in a NASCAR or an IndyCar series, their front right and front and their front rear is gonna. I'm sorry, front rear. Their right rear is going to have a lot more wear and tear on it because they're having to push against that tire so much more. And here you're making left and right turns, so both the tires, both sides, is getting their worth, their wear's worth.
Yeah, I mean it takes a little bit of pressure off, when you're turning the opposite way. So, I mean, it helps a lot.
Yep. And Corey Burke is making the moves he needs to make to get up there to Mike Weir, but he still has got to find something for a few corners he's having troubles with, like this one. He's got to figure out how to get up there. What just happened? Mike Weir had an accident. Corey Burke's in the lead.
It just spun it.
Yep, just spun it, and that gave Corey Burke enough time to get right on by. And now Corey Burke is going to be in the lead. Take back what I said. He did exactly what he needed to do.
Yep. He just sat there and waited for a mistake to be made. And, when it comes to these GT3 cars, so that's really all you hope for is the person in front of you. You don't necessarily have to outrace them. You just have to be there ready to capitalize when they make a mistake.
Yep. And now let's hope Corey can last the final 20 minutes of this race. With that being said, We are halfway through the race, and we are going to take you side by side to hear a word from our Twitch-sponsored ads.
Yeah, they're running.
All right, Rob, I think I heard somebody have an accident when we were in the break there. I think we heard somebody have an accident when we were in the break there, but I'm not sure. Did you hear the same thing?
Yeah, I heard somebody hit something, but looking what the field marshals have said, I don't see anything. I don't see anything there.
I don't either. Looks like Corey Burke has entered pit road there.
Yep.
So now that may give time for Eddie to come back to the field, and so is David Tamara. David Tamara's car currently sitting 8th.
It'll be close.
Eddie's still showing in that 7th position, and Corey Burke sitting 6th right now. And now Mike Weir, Charles Harris, Sean Crooks, Josh Steele, Mike Killenbeck, all have to come into the pits.
Yeah.
What am I hearing? I keep hearing people like wreck. Oh,
yeah, I mean.
Christopher Morrison did go off track.
Oh, there we go.
That one we heard.
That one was reported to us. He's just had a tough break all night.
He has. Even the first lap, he had a tough break. So, Ben Martin's going to the pits right now. So is Mike Weir going into the pits. Charles Harris is on pit road now. Pit road's getting a little busy for these guys.
Sean Crooks is coming in.
Yep. Eddie Baker is not going to go in. David Tamara is not going to go in. Can these guys get out? We're going to keep jumping back and forth to the pit lap or the pit lane and see where these guys are going to come in at.
As you see the guys coming down through that tri-oval, so it looks like Josh Steele is coming in. John Crooks is pitted.
Yep.
Mike Killenbeck did not.
Not yet. He's got to, though. All right, we got 3 on the pit exit here. Mike Weir is coming out on pit exit now. Oh, and Corey Burke is going to get by Mike Weir, but now we have a position battle for that second place position.
Blocking him.
Yeah, he is. Look at it.
He's just trying to hold off Mike Weir in any way possible right now.
Well, and Corey Burke's got one lap more on tires than Mike Weir does. So this is going to be very important. Who's going to be able to hold on to the tires that they have? They kind of cooled off a little bit. They have the same tires, but they've cooled off a little bit. So now to me, from my experience racing these cars, when your tires cool down like that on pit road, it's basically putting on a brand new set. until you get out there and get more feet back into them.
Yeah.
See Eddie Baker right there behind him. Charles Harris exiting off of turns 8 back there.
Well, I'm surprised that Mike Killenbeck did not come in for fuel.
Yep. Mike Weir's going to be making the pass on Corey Burkle right now, side by side, exiting turn 12. And Mike Weir's in a good position to take that position battle, or win the position battle entering turn 1. And Killenbeck's on pit road now.
So at the line, it was Corey Burke that had it at the line.
Yeah, but you've seen Mike Weir go right around Corey Burke there. I told you, he had that outside position. He was in a better position than Corey Burke was entering turn 1.
Yeah, so now Corey's just got to be like, all right, well, you know, I've already passed you. I just got to do the same thing over again.
Yep.
You just got to wait.
Yep, and we're coming down to the final 10 minutes shortly here. We're at minute 27 out of 40. They've completed 16 laps total. And the way that it's going to work tonight on this is if the leaders are close.
Oh, Weir gets a little loose there.
Yeah, he did. If the leaders are close to the 40-minute mark, then they will throw the white flag, and that will be it. But if they're over the 40-minute mark and it hits 40 minutes, they'll have one more lap. So it's going to be where they are on track when he reaches close to the 40-minute mark.
Yep. And sometimes they'll even just say, oh, yeah, it's the last lap. Next time, Mr. Checker.
Yep. Warren and Brown's on pit road now. And Corey Burke's one of the only ones. Well, I take that back. Charles Harris and Sean Crooks not had any off-track incidents. Corey Burke's had 1. But Mike Weir has had 3 tonight. So if you're looking at statistics on who's going to make the mistake, the odds are against Mike Weir right now.
Yeah, they really are now. You know, although the off tracks could just be a simple, I'm a millimeter over that, you know, tolerance that iRacing puts out. So it's hard to say, you know, if the statistics are there, because it could just be a minimal amount that he went off track.
Yeah, but I mean, he's having trouble at the rear end of those cars. And I will tell you, all the weight in the Mercedes are in the front because the engine's up there, and there's not really a whole lot of weight back there. In the Porsches, though, it's kind of balanced a little bit better. The weight to car ratio is a lot better than they are in the Mercedes. So he is fighting that rear end of that car into those tires, get back up to temperature, which they should be by now.
Yeah, they should be. I mean, they're what, about 3 laps onto them since pitting?
Yep, something like that.
So, yeah, it's the tires should be back to normal.
Baker pitted on lap 4. So did David Tamara. I thought it was closer to 10, but it was 4.
Well, it was 10 minutes. It was at the 10-minute mark.
Okay. I keep forgetting that we're in the minutes and not the laps.
Yep.
We're going to go through the field again. Mike Weir currently holds that front place position. In second, we have Corey Burke. In third, we have Eddie Baker. In fourth, we have Charles Harris. In fifth, we have Sean Crooks. In sixth, we have David Tamara. Did he go off track again? Maybe not.
Oh, I don't see him going off track.
In seventh, we have Mike Killenbeck. In eighth, Mr. Brian Mansfield. Now, he did have an off-track incident. We'll go back and take a look at that here in just a second. Ninth is Josh Steele. 10th is Drew J. Warren. And 11th is Ben Martin. And 12th is Spencer Brown. He's currently holding on pit road at this time. Let's go back and take a look at the Mansfield situation.
He hit the sausage curbs.
No, that's the Stevie Wonder driving around. He thinks he's going to Memphis again. Do some more music. I tell you, Stevie Wonder was a pretty good musician.
All right, so Roger has actually clarified in chat here. So if the leader doesn't have enough time to complete one more lap, then the white flag flies. If the leader passes you on your white flag lap, your white flag immediately goes to checker.
Thank you, Roger. I was unfamiliar with that. It's good information. Good to have some experts in the chat here and watching the race for sure. My expertise is in NASCAR all day long.
Yeah, stock car racing, that's where I'm good. This stuff, I just love watching them go fast.
Yeah, and look here. Looks like Corey Burke's going to be able to hopefully jump on that outside and be in the same position as Mike Ware was exiting turn 12.
Yeah, we've seen this many, many times tonight. The exact same move, and, well, it pays off.
Yeah,
so
the inside line has to slow down, because if not, they're going to plow through. But these guys are going to be side by side. Oh, Corey Burke. So Corey Burke was scored the leader during that lap. But Mike Weir was able to overcome him. Was able to stay overcoming him in that first corner. So
as you see him go off there a little bit.
So we are under the 10-minute mark. Now it's all hands on deck. Everybody's on their pit walls cheering these guys on. We are going to have an amazing finish. Mr. Eddie Baker is up there with them. We have a three-way battle for that front position right now.
And it's hard to believe. I mean, you know, in minute 10, Eddie Baker and David Tamara went off in a really bad wreck. And, you know, here he is, 20 minutes later, sitting in the third place, hoping and chewing that he gets to that top podium spot.
Yeah. We're gonna follow them all the way down to the end. We're under 10 minutes, so we're gonna focus on this battle here for the front place. Somebody's gonna make a mistake. Hopefully it's not Eddie Baker. Hopefully it's not Corey Burke, and I hope Mike Ware doesn't make a mistake. I think these guys are gonna battle it out all the way to the end.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, each and every week we see Mike Ware and Eddie Baker out here, and we know how hard they battle. And now we got a newcomer in here, so it'll be interesting to see how all this plays out here tonight.
Yeah, as we come down to turn 1, I'm going to estimate about 3 laps left. About 3 laps to go.
So, yeah, about that.
So these guys may only make about 3 more revolutions around this track to, determine a winner. And each one of these guys, as Mike Ware goes around, Eddie Baker's going to get some damage.
Contact.
Eddie Baker's going to get some damage. Corey Burke is going to take that front place position, and now it's a battle for that first place position now as for Eddie Baker and Mike Ware, and Corey Burke's got to hold them both off.
Oh, that's some heavy damage in that front end of that Eddie Baker's Porsche there.
You sure they didn't put lead in the back end of Corey Burke's car? Because his car's not even met damage at all.
I don't know. I mean, now they do have those carbon splitters in the rear, so, and the way the noses are on these Porsches, they go right up underneath that. So,
not true, man. But is that aero damage going to be just enough for Eddie Baker not to gain his positions? Because these cars rely heavily on the aero on these longer stretches, like the back stretch and the corners have.
I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, these cars also draft really well. So Eddie Baker may, stick around until that white flag flies, just so that he can get that little bit of, draft. Seemingly, it looks like Mike Weir's just going to pass him without contention.
Maybe. I don't know. Let's see how Eddie Baker and Eddie Baker's heading to the pits.
Eddie Baker, yeah, he's going to go to the pits. He's going to get that fixed up.
I don't know, being this close to the end, I may have stayed out and just tried to maintain a podium for sure.
Now, he may have been dealing with some toe issues or anything like that, so it's hard to say. But, I mean, I'm not the one in the race car, so I don't know.
Yep, we're good to the Monday night quarterback that stuff, but what's really going to happen with these guys is when you're looking here at these position battles, Mike Weir has overcame Corey Burke twice now. And but Mike Weir's been overdriving these corners a little bit, trying to get back up there. So maybe Corey Burke can keep him off of him now. He does have a big advantage. He's almost a second ahead of Mike Weir, but Mike Weir hasn't let that phase him yet, because it looks like he's starting to gain some position on him.
Yeah, well, now going through the head of Corey Burke right now is, the guy behind me is quick, but he's made mistakes being quick. So all he is doing is hoping and praying that, Mike Weir pushes that car just a little bit harder than he normally does in one of the corners.
Martin went off track. Right here in the chicane, I think. Yep, as you've seen him turned around there. I heard it.
Yeah, he just overdrove that corner a little bit.
Looks like Mike Weir's going to be on that outside again. Mike Weir has just been fast all night long. He's a fast car for sure. We are at the 2 minute to go, almost 2 minute to go mark. And Corey just backs off again. But he's on his tail still. He's less than a quarter of a second back now.
Well, he's hoping, because this corner here is where Mike made that mistake just a little bit earlier. So he's just hoping that maybe, he catches the same break, but it doesn't look like Mike Weir has come to the same fate.
Not yet. He's got 1 lap to go, potentially 1 lap to go. We'll see. I'm not sure if this will be the last lap or not.
So we're coming at... Yeah. We're 1 minute and 43 seconds in the laps.
We got 38:29 in the race right now.
So
we may have one more.
Yeah, we may have one more. Let's just take a look as they come to the line here.
We'll have to enter the chicane, go into turn 12, and then we'll know for sure if this is going to be it. I'm not seeing anything up on the timing screen. I'm not being told by these stewards if this is the last lap. So we may have one more to go. Corey Burke did cut that corner just slightly, so maybe he didn't get a time penalty for that. But Mike Weir is going to have almost a second ahead of Corey Burke right now.
It did look like he had to slow down there a little bit, so he may have cut that corner just a little bit too much.
He's trying anyway to get some time back on him. It's like Corey Burke's trying to get back up there, and we will have 1 lap to go right now.
Yeah. As you can see him close that gap quite a bit on that first corner.
It wasn't enough, though.
No. He's just got to put the pressure on him, but I think he may be a little too far back.
He may be too far back for that pressure to really phase Mike Weir. Mike Weir's been pressured by JP all of last season, and JP is one of the ones that will put pressure on you until you make a mistake. And Corey Burke, I don't think he's got that much pressure to put because he is so far back. He's about a second back right now. See where they're trying to get something. They have one more big technical corner to go. That's the chicane on the backstretch. Mike Weir's
I don't think it's going to be enough.
Mike Weir's going to enter the chicane here. Going to exit the chicane very smoothly, and he's got to run, but I don't think it's going to be near enough. I'll take that back. He's in draft. He's in tow with him. No, I don't think it's going to be near enough to get by. This is going to be the last lap. We're coming down to the checkered flag, and it looks like Mike Weir is going to be your winner tonight in the Daytona International Road Course GT3 America's Race. Followed by second is Corey Burke. Charles Harris should pick up that third position. Sean Crooks is going to finish in fourth. Mike Killenbeck in fifth. Eddie Baker's battling right now with. Is that with
That's with Mike Killenbeck.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, look at the
Oh, he
move
cuts
that
a corner.
Look at the move Eddie Baker just made. That was a move. Eddie Baker, he didn't get a time penalty. Oh my gosh. Did you see that move?
I did.
I'm shocked. Yep, Eddie Baker's going to be the end of the top 5. He's finishing in 5th. Mike Killenbeck's going to finish 6th. Looks like Ben Martin's going to finish 11th. Tomorrow's going to finish 7th when he gets there. Did you run out of fuel? Okay, good. Yep, David Tomorrow's going to be your 7th place finisher tonight. Josh Steele is going to be exiting turn 12. He will be your 8th place finisher once he crosses the line. Drew Warren, Brian Mansfield are still on track waiting to finish. I'm going to go back while these guys finish up passing. I'm going to go back and I'm going to look at this pass here. Let's see if I can get it again.
Yeah, so he's on the outside and he starts slowing down.
Ooh. That was close to being a penalty. It had to be.
Yeah.
But that's definitely worth a highlight reel. For sure. That's a heck of a move by these guys. We're going to watch it full speed here from that camera view. Wow. Good. That was probably the biggest move of the night, or the best looking move of the night, made by Eddie Baker. Eddie Baker's one to make those moves all the time. Well, yeah. Rob, that wraps it up for the Daytona opening race of the GT3 America Series, sponsored by JP Alfonso Studios. So,
yeah, that was a great race.
Yeah, it was. Let's talk to the winners.
All right, let's see if we can get Mike down here. Hey, Mike, this is Rob in the booth. How you got me?
Oh, loud and clear.
All right. Well, that was a hard-fought battle between you and Corey Burke there. You did spin out a few times. But you were able to persevere and come out with the podium. How do you feel about that?
Well, I had to give you something to talk about, right? I was 4 seconds out, and I had a couple issues with first gear in the Merc there, and spun her out, and ended up having a pretty fun race there with Corey. It was a good battle there for the last 8 laps of the race or whatever it was after he pitted. It was I knew it was going to come out right beside me, so it was I knew it was going to be tough, and yeah, a lot of fun. I'm a little bit sweaty right now after that one.
Yeah, it was fun to watch for sure. And you kept going off track. I don't know if you were actually getting off track and slowing down, but you were showing 4 off track events tonight. And I know one of those, Corey Burke was able to pass you under that 10-minute mark. Were you kind of worried that you wouldn't be able to get back by him?
Not really, simply because I knew I would be able to stay in his draft, and the draft on this track is worth like half a second a lap, something like that. So as long as I keep within about 8/10, which is about the furthest I got away from him, I thought I knew I would be okay. And I was watching him, and I did get those off tracks. I only did get one slowdown, but luckily it was on the lap that I was coming into pit. So it was. As long as I could stay within that distance, I thought it was fine. I was getting a better exit coming out of the bus stop than he was, and I think I was braking later coming into turn 2 there. So I knew I could keep it close. As long as I could stay in the slipstream, I was pretty sure I could get in front of him.
Yep. Well, you did great tonight, finishing up that race for sure. We're excited that you finished in the position you did, and I'm just excited to see what you got to do for the series ahead. Are you looking to be the world champion this season?
I'd like to run for it. My issue right now, well, not really an issue, but I have a baby on the way coming in about 2.5, 3 weeks, so I'm probably going to miss about 2 or 3 races. So hopefully I can use those as my drops. But other than that, I would like to compete for that for sure. I was hoping to see JP in here tonight and maybe Eric, and see if that could push them on Daytona. I had a really good lap in there, so I know I was lapping pretty quick tonight, so I wanted to see if I can compete with those two guys
Yeah, I
on this
think you
track.
definitely could if they were here. Well,
Yeah,
good job
Yeah,
on the win tonight. You definitely
yeah,
secured your number one spot in points, so maybe you can hold it and become an America's regional champion.
yeah. Thank you very much. I just wanted to give a quick shout out to a friend of mine. It's the Bearded Serb YouTube. So iRacing is running the Peachtree charity event this actually starting tonight for multiple sclerosis. My buddy Dre Divac is running a stream tonight. I think it starts at 9:30 Central, and he'll be looking for donations and stuff like that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, so it's the Bearded Serb YouTube, and it's just all for charity tonight. If anyone wants to check it out,
Yeah, definitely. We may go in there and throw in a few dollars from United Racing Network for sure.
Yep.
awesome. Appreciate it.
I
Yep.
Thank you very much.
appreciate it, Mike.
Thanks, Mike. Let's see
Yeah,
if
bye bye.
Corey is available. He was your second place, and he had a good run tonight. Corey, you with us, buddy? Corey Berg, you with us, buddy?
Hello.
Hey,
there we
Corey,
go.
there you go. Hey, buddy. So, congratulations on your second place finish tonight. Mike Weir battled you all night long for the most part. I mean, you're a newcomer to the league. Are you excited where you finished tonight?
Yeah, it was a good race. I knew he was faster than me, so I just tried to keep around the track and see where I ended up.
Yeah. Well, I will tell you this: you were my pick tonight just because of the car you were running. I run a Fallout scheme on my next gen car, so I love the car. You did well tonight. You didn't get cursed by the United Racing Network curse. If you don't know what that is, just go back and watch the. Jesus Christ! Go watch
Every VOD that we have.
Yeah, go watch everything we've got, or even the championship race. No joke. When we clicked on somebody and was talking about them, they spun in the championship race for the GT3 series last season. So luckily, you didn't get that curse tonight. So good job on your second place finish. Were you worried about Eddie Baker there towards the end? Did you think he may get back by you, or what was your strategy to get up to Mike Weir
Yeah,
tonight?
he was running pretty good too. There, we had a little pile up in turn 2 there, and I thought we were all going to be jammed up, but I guess he had to pit.
Yeah, he ended up having to pit. I bet he had a meatball
I
flag.
feel you. And you just by your accent, you don't have to answer, but you're from Newfoundland, aren't you?
No, fairly close, Prince Edward Island.
Okay. I could just tell by the accent a little bit. But it's great to see another Canadian boy in here, and congratulations again on second place. It's tough coming in as a newcomer and going up all against a lot of our heavy hitters in the GT3 series. So, congratulations again, and we can't wait to see what you do next week.
Well, thank you very much. I work shift work, so I don't make it out a whole lot, but when I do, it's good time usually.
Yep. Well, appreciate you coming out tonight, and hopefully we'll see you here in the future here soon.
Thanks, guys.
All right,
Thank you.
thanks. All right, let's see if we can get Charles in here. All right, Charles, this is Rob in the booth. How you got me?
Hey Rob, how's it going tonight?
It's not going too bad. So, you ran a fairly clean race. Or actually, you did run a clean race. You had 0 incident points. And, you were just consistent. And it paid off with third place. So you got to be feeling pretty good with how you're sitting right now.
I feel great because my entire strategy for the night was keep my nose clean. I stuck to it, and look where it got me.
Yep.
I saw that Baker and Tamira had a pretty good race going together for a while at the beginning, but they were about the same speed, and neither was going to give an inch. So they kind of knocked each other back there to my advantage. That was nice.
Yeah.
Had a pretty strong race with Burke for a while. I couldn't keep him off for quite a while, but I got lucky in the pits, I think. And man, yeah, it was a good night. Much cooler here than usual. Florida's usually hot and muggy, and we had a nice cool evening. Good for the tires. good for the soul.
So,
Go ahead, Andrew.
so I do have to ask you. You know, you've seen that wreck happen between Eddie Baker and David Tamara. I bet you puckered a little bit when they slid off the chicane and come back onto the track, but that did leave you a chance to get into that third position. But up in front of you, there was also an incident between Eddie Baker, Corey Burke, and Mike Ware that sent Eddie Baker to the pits in the last part of the race. Did you see that, and what did you kind of think happened during that in turn 2 and 3?
I could see it, but it was just far enough ahead of me. I figured I didn't need to be panicking. Yeah, I didn't have to take any evasive action. It just kept it just off the side there.
There you go.
But yeah, it's a good night. Once again, it's time to thank some of our sponsors. Obviously, JP for sponsoring the series, Racing Network for making the broadcasting happen, and Admin Box for some of our equipment here. This is great to have some good sponsors, and I'm loving this new night. It's good to see we can expand the series a bit, pick another night, pick another time slot, and still have a decent crowd show up. Looking for more expansion.
Yeah, for sure. We're excited to host it, and yeah. With that being said, you got anything else to say to the fans out there?
Thanks for coming, and see you guys next week.
There you go.
All right. Appreciate it, Charles.
All right, you guys have a good night.
You too.
You too.
Well, Rob, that
Alrighty.
wraps it up.
That wraps it up, and
I already see the stewards on the track out there getting ready for the Xfinity race tonight.
Yeah, and I don't want to be short, but we got to go run it down, get all of our stuff on, and hop in these Xfinity cars. So, it was a great race. Like Charles said, it's very, very cool here, and these guys aren't really used to that. But it wasn't that bad on the cars tonight, and they put on a great show here tonight.
Yeah, for sure. Well, in closing, guys, we appreciate you coming out and watching the races tonight. We really appreciate everything that you do as far as coming and watching us do our broadcast, watch these guys here at Happy Hour Racing. We'd just like to thank our sponsors one more time tonight. JP Alfonso Studios, he sponsors this race, and he sponsors our network. Admin Box sponsors the league. Also has a few races out there that they're going to sponsor this year. And the last one is a big one, Happy Hour Racing, for letting us do the broadcast. Without the league and without those sponsors, we wouldn't be where we are tonight. So we appreciate you guys as the fans. If you're feeling generous, you can subscribe to us. You can send us some donations our way, some biddies if you want to do that too. But always make sure, if you're here brand new, to click that follow button so you can see when we go live. You don't want to miss the action here at Happy Hour Racing or with the United Racing Network. So with that being said, guys, me and Rob's going to run the Xfinity Series. We love you. We hope you stay safe tonight. United Racing Network is closing right now. We'll see you next Tuesday. This broadcast is the property of the United Racing Network and Twitch.tv. All reproductions of this broadcast must be approved by the United Racing Network staff. United Racing Network does not claim any responsibility for mishaps that may occur while listening to this production. United Racing Network reserves the right to delete, mute, unpublish, and/or move streaming locations without notice. The opinions of the announcers are not influenced by sponsorship, league administration, or any other outside entities. Thank you.